Come on. I sent you a nice email yesterday, late at night. Did you get that?
What was it?
You didn't get it? Only the greatest video in the history of videos?
Oh, you know what? The fat kid who,
on a roller coaster.
On the roller coaster, whose mother basically abused him. A fat kid's falling down on a roller coaster. By the way, I got this first sent to me 6 months ago.
Oh, really?
And he feels like he's going to fall out. He's having a panic attack.
Sure.
His mother laughs all through it. Does not give a fuck. Now, it's funny because he's fat.
Right.
And yet you know enough about what you've been through in your life to know if you have a panic attack and you're calling for the help of the one person, all right, put it on hold here, the one person who's supposed to help you.
Yeah.
And they don't. The rest of your life is fucked. So I want you to watch this fat kid, Fezzy.
Okay.
Let it, get all ready. And turn the lights down.
It's good.
And I think you can get this on YouTube. It just says fat kid on a roller coaster.
Right. Well, I just went YouTube crazy with fat kids, but I thought this was definitely the best video of them all.
But I got this about 6 months ago.
Oh, shit. That always sucks when you think you're sending someone something new.
I know, Six Pack Bill. I know you get fucking disappointed. But it's funny because he's a fat kid, Fez. But
sure.
Put yourself in his position and look at how much his own mother, whoever this woman is, neglects him. Now, here he is. He's on his fat fucking roller coaster. He thinks he's going to... It's not even a roller coaster. I don't even know what the ride is.
It seems like it's more like a free fall
type
of situation.
Yeah, some stupid swing that the rubes go on. All right, take a gander, Fez, and relate to this kid.
Feet on the rail. Stop it! 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 Yes! I'm falling! Yes! I'm stuck! Yes, I'm stuck! This hurts! This hurts! This hurts! This hurts! Oh, this hurts! Oh, this hurts! Oh, boy, this hurts! Oh, yes, it ain't funny!
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
She's laughing like Heath Ledger's Joker at this kid's pain. And the panic he is in, and here is a thing, trust me on this, when you are in a panic like that, and you're in pain like that, and you can't convince another person, you're desperately pleading for help, and you can't get that across, even to your own mother, that you are in distress and you need help, this is insane. And that kid was in a bad spot.
How about how much smaller he kept getting with every shift of the ride?
He thought he was falling out of it.
Towards the end of the ride, and you just see his head.
And he couldn't convince anyone. That's where the panic is getting amplified. Not being able to convince anyone that you please need help. Even if she just said, it'll be over in a few seconds. Or you're all right. I can see that you're still buckled in. You're fine.
She didn't give a fuck about this kid.
She could care less. She's laughing like anyone else watching this on YouTube, laughing at her fat kid. This woman is vicious.
Look at where he starts. Now look. He gets over.
Yes, he's basically hanging himself from fear. He's hanging himself in the straps.
But here's the other part of this. It's a fear of nothing. The kid is fine.
He is fine.
He's on a ride.
Well, should she start screaming with him, giving him more panic?
No, she should at least acknowledge that she hears him. That's not giving into it. Acknowledge that you hear that he's in some sort of distress. He thinks he's stuck and he's falling and he's, all alone in the world.
So you identify with his position?
I totally identify with the kid here. All right, don't act like you're falling. Please.
So you would blame the mom?
I totally blame the mother.
Would you take this child away from the mom?
I think I would. I mean, I'd like to see what else is going on in this family, but there is no sensitivity to her child at all.
I don't think
she has no clue what this kid is going through.
First of all, she's on a roller coaster, so people, she's euphoric, and once you start laughing on a roller coaster, you're not stopping. Just like he started to panic.
What if the kid got shot in the face? She'd still be laughing?
But she might.
No, she wouldn't.
What if she looked over and he really had fallen?
Well, then maybe she would have gotten out of her euphoric state, but the kid was buckled in, and he's fat and flopping around like an idiot. Sinking into the chair. And then he says the proverbial...
Just makes you furious, Fez?
It just makes me furious, especially that Dave, thinks this is a riot, a parent himself. I mean, what if one of his kids was, yelling for, please give me some sort of help here? Just asking for acknowledgement.
If they were stuck in a harmless situation, I honestly would laugh.
Mm-hmm.
I would. And
you know what? I really don't doubt that.
The fact that a fat kid would say, I'm stuck in any situation.
It's insane that you would laugh at this. It's absolutely mind-boggles me.
Is this why you're in therapy? Because people didn't care about you when you were a sensitive little kid?
I remember begging, being in panics when I was a kid and trying to convince family members and parents of the distress I was in and not being able to get through to people, not being able to get that through their minds.
Give me an example, one of the times.
I remember one time my brother Corky just had me in some sort of hammerlock. He was bending my arm. I was screaming that it was breaking, and those two numbskull southern idiots sat there on the couch and laughed that I was getting my arm broken off of from my shoulder. And I could not convince them that, hey, you know what? He's really hurting me. This isn't play wrestling. We're not, we're not acting like the wrestlers. This is really, really agonizing me, and you're not stepping in to stop it at all. And I could not convince them that I needed them to get someone 7 years older than me off of my damn back.
Do you think that was only because, you were, if a child's overweight, is that why the laughter? Because, I think I probably would laugh if this was a thin kid as well. I probably wouldn't laugh as hard, but I think I would definitely laugh.
I'm sure that has something to do with it.
So you don't think Dave is being funny here?
No, not at all. Not at all. I don't see where him or this kid's own mother. It makes no sense to me. Why someone else's terror? Not just, fun terror. We're going through a fun house and someone jumped out and yelled boo and everybody screamed. But this kid is in a bad spot and she's loving it.
The fact that you're still furious with your family, right?
Uh-huh.
About not protecting you when your brother was doing that to your arm?
Uh-huh.
Did your arm break?
No, it didn't.
So that's probably why they're laughing. That you're acting like your arm was broken. It wasn't.
Yeah, but I was in a tremendous amount of pain that they were not stopping. Why wouldn't you stop that? Why wouldn't you pull a big kid off of a little kid? Especially when the little kid's your kid, too.
Yeah, because it's your brother.
Makes no sense to me.
So your brother never got in trouble for terrorizing you?
I do not remember him catching any sort of hell for just constantly thumping me and my sister.
I don't know. That's kind of growing up, and the purpose of a roller coaster is to instill fear. So that's why she's laughing.
I'll agree with you that the mom should have never put the kid on the roller coaster in the first place.
Well, he's obviously big
Should kids
enough.
even be allowed on roller coasters?
There's kids that can handle it, and if they're tall enough, I guess that they match the sign. But there's kids like this that got no business being on a roller coaster.
How would you know?
You just have to go by what your kid does in regular life. I have the feeling that this isn't the first panic attack this kid has had.
I guarantee you Fatty ain't getting on another roller coaster. Look at him.
Yeah.
He's never going to get up again. Jerry, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Ron, you know what Fez doesn't understand is that kid probably annoyed the shit out of his mom for at least a good hour before he got on there. She probably, she probably knew what his reaction was going to be and told him, no, little fatty, I'm not going to take you on there because you're going to scare the shit out of you. No, Mom, I want to. If you don't take me, You know how they do.
When you hear that, does it make you even angrier, Fez?
Yeah, she's the mom. Be in control.
Alex, New Jersey.
Hey, what's going on? So, I think it's a good thing that Davey would, kind of laugh at his. You're a little kid, you get locked in a little crate somewhere, and you're claustrophobic. You're sitting there for a while, and after a while, you realize you're okay. There's something to be afraid of. That helps you grow.
This kid was never going to get to that point where he thought he was okay on this ride. He thought he was falling out of a ride, out of an amusement park ride.
He wasn't falling out of the ride. He's still in the ride.
He thought he was. He's got his head caught between the straps. He thinks his whole body is headed, down to the earth.
But that's
he was never going to get used to that feeling. And all she had to do was, at the very least, just lean over and say, you're fine. I can see you. You're fine. Everything's okay. The ride is working. It'll be done in 15 seconds.
Well, if it's a good roller coaster, you should feel like you're falling out. And then you become so happy and elated when the ride is over. And you go, oh,
You think Fez is just being a baby about this, Dave?
Well, I just think that... I think there's nothing wrong with actually either person. I think the kid freaked out, but the mom had every reason to laugh at her little pork chop of a son who's
and
going
you see
insane.
it as sadistic.
I see it as very sadistic. I think Dave is also not looking at the actual moment of it. He's looking at a video where the kid ended up being fine, but that kid is not fine in that moment on that ride.
Yeah, he is. The kid's okay. He doesn't think that he is, but he is okay. He's got 3 different straps around him, and the reason why he was falling like that is because he wasn't sitting up straight.
Right.
He was panicking.
And they even said, the mom even says, put your feet up on the bars, put your arms in this position, and he started to, squirm and go insane.
Yeah.
Like Flounder from Animal House.
So, I mean, I don't think the kid was ever in any physical danger. But he definitely, there's no doubt, he thought he was fucked.
Oh, yeah, he thought he was dying. Yeah.
But Dave's feeling is that's why you get on a roller coaster. The initial roller coaster was people had trains, and a scary thought was a runaway train. What if the train ran away? So they built this thing to let everybody have the feeling of a runaway train without actually being in a runaway train. So he got the full thing of what this was about. He understands, oh, my life is in jeopardy. Mm-hmm. And he's like a little hero there, the way he reacts. He's like a little fat hero. Does this make you angry with Dave, though, that he doesn't see your point of view?
Yeah, that he can't understand, maybe he didn't panic as a kid. Maybe he doesn't panic now. But, there's got to be some sort of sensitivity to a kid, and he's got none of it there.
Oh, but why go on a roller coaster if you're not going to be scared? I go to Great Adventure every summer, once a summer.
You're still scared.
And I get scared, but it's like I'm so happy. I'm actually getting happy that I'm scared. And even as a kid, I would say, "So stop it," But that by the end of it, I was so happy that they hadn't stopped the ride.
You're not this kid.
Patrick in Boston.
Yeah, there's another video with this kid where his dad washes his asshole out with a hose in the driveway.
Didn't that happen to you, Fez?
Yeah, that happened to me. The hose did not go into my ass, but my ass crack was washed out.
Did you ask your dad to stop? And he kept on going?
I did. I said, and I told everyone to stop laughing, too.
Did they stop?
No, nobody stopped. Nobody stopped.
But look today. Now you're stronger, and you're able to stop people from laughing. If they're listening to this show, on a daily basis, you will stop them. You will stop them through the powers that you've learned over the years. So this has you a little mad at Dave.
Totally, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And you see this as part of the insensitivity that you're shown.
Yeah, exactly. Insensitivity that I was shown as a kid, and, Dave's insensitivity in here.
And to his own children?
Oh, yeah. The fact that he said he would do this to one of his kids, that makes me ill.
Does that make you want to report him?
I would love to.
George in Texas. George, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Fez, just in defense of Dave, I'm a father of 3 boys. The reason why you laugh and treat that situation with levity is not to scare the kid even further. If you start getting panicked as your kid's getting panicked, that's not what your kid's looking for. If you're calm, collected, and having a good time, it changes their demeanor.
Yeah, it
You're
really
helping
worked.
the kid get through a difficult situation more than if you go into a full panic mode with the kid. I mean,
I
Dave's
never
right.
told the mother to panic. I never said that. I said just say something comforting to him. I never said for her to panic.
By laughing, she's showing the kid, hey, have a good time. There's nothing to be scared of. She's trying to bring levity to the situation to calm her kid back down.
Oh, I disagree. She was laughing like a hyena. She was going off. She was in her own world. She was oblivious to anything this kid needed.
Not only that, but let's face it, this came off of some kind of Funniest Home Videos. They've actually taken this now and are showing it worldwide to people as saying, look at Fatty, he's afraid.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure this helps him in the long run, too.
It might. If
This is the kind of stuff you deal with your shrink, because I know you deal with the childhood stuff almost exclusively.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that is it. A lot of that comes up of just, where there's feelings I had when I was a kid, and I guess my fault, I didn't outgrow them, but, they still affect me to this day. I'm sorry it happens.
And you feel like people are insensitive then, and people can be insensitive now.
Sure.
And you feel like Dave is one of those insensitive people.
Dave's totally insensitive like that.
And he looks for reasons to make you get in that state and then laugh once you're there.
Yeah, he wants me to be the fat kid stuck in the roller coaster strap.
That's not how I think of it.
Then why are you laughing?
Fat kid is just a funny phrase. I mean,
here's Stu in Ohio.
Hey, Fezzy, I love you, but this is what really jacks me up about you. You don't really know the whole situation here with, the kid probably wanting to be on the ride, and then you're saying how the kid ought to be taken away from the mother.
Sure.
I got kids, I've put them on these rides before, and they scream their heads off like that, and 10 minutes later they want to get back on them. And I disagree with you. At one point you said all she needed to do was comfort him. If it's the same video, I think it is. I've seen it before. If you notice, she does reach over at one point and put her hand on him.
Yeah, she does. But
So-
you
I think that comes at the end of the ride.
midway.
It seems to me that the mother was focusing on her own enjoyment of the ride, not on the kid at all.
Yeah, you know what? I wonder, him screaming had her laughing, and that I don't understand. But you're right. She wasn't thinking. I don't think she ever thought for a moment to even check. Is he really falling out? Could this be like this hazardous thing that's going on? This dangerous thing?
Well, no, the answer is no. I'm looking at it right here. The kid isn't in any physical danger. Mm-hmm. What he has done is he's sitting incorrectly. In the same way as if you were in a car seat in a car with the shoulder strap and you start to slide down, it would catch your neck
right.
in the same way. But you really wouldn't be in any true danger. At the same time, I do recognize that this is important to you, and this is very upsetting for you to see this.
Yes, and the kid doesn't realize he's not in any true danger.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He's the only one, I guess, that doesn't realize that.
Well, in the same way, when you're a little kid, there are some kids you're afraid of thunder and lightning, right?
Sure.
So you hear this loud boom. Suddenly, the sky is exploding. You go running into your fucking parents' room in the middle of the night, and it's up to them to explain to you what thunder is. Or some people, Pop, said, hey, stop being a pussy, go to sleep, you're keeping me awake. So, and then you learn, okay, thunder, whatever. But the reality of it is, no matter what the response is, you're never in physical danger. It's just what they wish to explain to the world or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I understand that. No real danger here. But this kid, he needed somebody to say, he needed that mom to say to him, you're not in real danger.
But it wasn't the fact that she's laughing also to show. I mean, let's suppose like alligators were pulling the kids away. The mom would not be laughing. She'd be reacting.
No, because here's the thing. The kid is screaming and he only hears her laughing. So he doesn't even know if he's getting through to her. He doesn't know that laughing is her response to him or that this is actually fun. He thinks he's not making himself clear or he's not saying it loud enough. That's what he's going through. Trust me on it.
I understand that you're wrong, but what's disturbing for you is to see a young fat kid having a panic attack.
Yes,
right?
yes.
In the same way of the thunder and lightning, he's not in danger.
Right.
Okay? Also, back to you when you were younger, I understand that you misunderstood what was happening, but you weren't in danger. Now, here's another way to look at that. When you are having a panic attack, you are not in danger. It might feel like danger, but it's not real. So you should not be afraid of a panic attack. And even though you've been having them for years, I don't think that part has fallen into you. You are still afraid of panic attacks.
Sure.
You shouldn't be. There's no danger. And you've had that experience enough to know this is something that happens and is going to pass. It's fine.
But that is, I mean, a lot of that is logical, and a panic attack when you're in that state isn't.
It's got to be. You have to. I'm going to agree. The first one is not going to be logical.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you the first 12. But after a certain point, just like the thunderous, you know what I mean?
Right.
You're not afraid of thunder now, are you?
No.
And yet you probably were at one time, I'm going to guess.
Oh, sure, yeah.
But you had to bring logic into that situation. You had to finally say, I've heard enough about this. I've looked into it. I've studied it. What I hear is not the sky falling on me. You do have to bring logic in. Same way with your panic attack. I have all these feelings. They really feel big and important and scary, but they're not real and they're going to pass. And when that happens, when you get to that, you're going to have a moment of control. And that's the thing that you're still holding on, is that everybody should take something that is not necessarily real and treat it like it's real, you know? Now, this mother could have done more, but the reality still was they're just on a carnival ride. Nothing's wrong.
Oh, sure, yeah. Yeah, I think all she had to do was sound soothing, not maniacal.
Jamie in Boston.
Because, you know, the caller before George had it spot on. I mean, the mother's bringing some levity to the situation, just like when your brother had you in an arm lock. Your parents knew that your arm wasn't going to break, but yet somehow you bring that right to the worst case scenario for everybody, including yourself. I mean, why does it have to be a bad thing? The kid's hanging there. Yeah, sure. The mother knows that it's all right. Let the kid experience what it's like to have that feeling, but understand and have some trust in his parents that nothing bad's going to happen.
You're disagreeing with all this.
I disagree with it completely. I don't think she was laughing to soothe him. I don't think so.
This is a bad mother.
This is a bad mom. There's a terrorized kid. Then you know what? Let's just terrorize kids constantly. Let's constantly scare kids, whether they're on rides or we'll go in and bang trash can lids over their head when they're asleep at night, because it builds fucking character.
Why are you saying that when you know Dave's here?
Yeah, because, I'm sorry. I shouldn't be giving him ideas.
Well, actually, I was often scared by, if not my brothers, then my parents.
Yeah.
My mom always would scare us and play practical jokes on us. She one time said that I was going to get a pony, and then she called up and said April Fool's joke and everything. So she was always playing jokes and scaring and everything. And I think that's why I find it so fun. Being scared is fun. That's
I
why
remember,
horror movies.
I had a brother who was 7 years older, and I would always wrestle with him and, get bounced off the fucking walls. I wasn't going to beat him.
Sure.
And I would sometimes tell my dad, but then 5 minutes later, I was back wrestling with my brother again. And my dad's like, "This is why I don't get involved. Look at you. You fucking, you think it's fun. You think it's fun to get your ass beat, you know? And it is kind of. When you're wrestling someone bigger than you, you think maybe today's the day. Oh, it's not. Here is Andy. Andy, you're on the Run of Fez show.
But Fez, you do not have a kid, but here's how it works.
But I was a kid at one point.
Yeah,
so I think I have that perspective.
No, you don't. Because as a parent, you don't fucking react crazy when your kid is going crazy.
When did I ever say the mom should freak out? When did I say that, Andy? When?
Listen. You don't act like you would when you were a kid. You may feel that way, but you can't act like that. And what is she going to do? Stop the fucking ride? She can't do that. Give me a fucking break.
I never asked her to. I don't know where all these people are thinking I think the mom should have been as insane as the kid got.
All right, let's face something, though.
Idiots.
I know that you are replacing the fat kid with Fez Whatley. And you're putting yourself in and just play it for a while. Give us a little sound, too. There goes Fatty. He's falling. He's screaming for help. All right, let's stop it there. Now, Fuzzy.
Mm-hmm.
That's difficult for you to watch because you think of yourself in his position.
Oh, yeah.
And you're freaking out.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, it gives me hearing his panic gives me a little bit of panic anyway.
And I know that you're feeling that right now, right?
Right. Yes.
All right. So let's take it back to where we were before. And I want to put you back in this picture, Fez. I don't want you to play act. But you're not the little kid now. Now you're the parent. What do? You're not doing anything.
You're fine. You're fine. You're buckled in. It'll be over soon. Just count to 20 and it'll be over. And you'll be done. And we'll be safe.
So what's the difference between those two?
She's not doing any of that.
Yours really didn't seem all that nurturing either. Would that have calmed you down?
No.
In a panic?
Well, because I would have felt like the parent was kind of going through the motions, just saying the same old things that the parents always say. You know, relax, calm down. That's what parents always say. On a roller coaster, which is such a high, intense moment, you need just the laughter.
You don't think that kid would have needed or loved
You're
her for
fine.
to hear
Count
you're
to
okay.
20. Count to 20. You're fine. All right, take it back, and I'm going to play the part of Fez the adult and I'll do what Fez would be doing to this kid.
We're gonna die, Fatty! We're gonna die! I never was laid! We're dying! We're dying, fat boy! We're not gonna make it! We're dying, fat boy! Distance! I'm standing pop loose!
That's how it would have went.
That is not what I would have done to that fat kid.
Hey, Jude, you're on the Run of Fez show. Hey, Jude.
Yeah, sorry about that. Hey, Fez, you're really pissing me off here because you think you understand what you should do with your own child in this situation, and you don't. An earlier caller said that you don't know what happened before and after that video, whether or not the kid wanted to get on, whether or not he afterward acted like he enjoyed it. I have a 3-year-old son, and just the other day, we were trying to put a freaking bike helmet on the kid, and you'd think we were stabbing him in the stomach.
Yeah, I know.
Those are unrealistic fears.
Yeah, it's really funny now that you said that. I remember what my parents went through once when they tried to get a turtleneck on me. I acted like I was being choked to death. I still don't like anything around my neck to this day. But my parents thought I was fucking nuts. It's a turtleneck. Oh, get the fuck off. I acted like they had put me in a goddamn, in a noose. Ray, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Yeah, I think Fez's feelings could be justified if the parents had blindfolded the kid and walked him up there and made him get on not knowing what he was getting into. But I guarantee that kid sat there and watched 100 freaking people ride that thing and get off and were just fine.
Now, everyone can say that they know what happens before and after the video. If I try to put any speculation, I get screamed at by people who say I'm driving them nuts. But everyone else knows exactly what happened before and after.
You think this kid was forced on the ride?
My personal opinion, just seeing how the kid freaked out, I have the feeling that there's been freakouts before, and he probably shouldn't have been on the ride.
But you think the kid wanted to get on the ride?
Yeah, probably did.
Now, suppose you have this. You have this kid, and he's old enough. And he goes, I want to try the roller coaster. You're going to tell him today, even though he's had freaked outs before? No. You're a little freak out freak. You don't get on the ride like everybody else. I definitely would have let him fucking try it. I really would. Even though he had panic attacks in the past, I still would have said, let's go, dude. Let's fucking make this thing happen. Because you don't want him to be a kid who doesn't experience life because he's afraid. And we all have that to a certain extent. We all don't do things that we probably should have because we give fear such a major fucking part of this. But I will, speculate this. This fucking kid is going to have problems in life.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
But I don't know if it has to do with this or just whatever else is going on with him. But it doesn't look good for this kid.
No, this experience isn't gonna help him. The fact that it's everywhere on the internet isn't gonna help him. And being overweight doesn't help.
Maybe it will. Some people have fun with that. Some people I don't care what I have to do. Everybody knows who I am, and that's good.
Or maybe he sees how he acted in the video and says, well, maybe I'll drop a couple pounds, or maybe I'll man up and go on another roller coaster, and he gets over it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to say that maybe the kid doesn't become a quitter because of this. You also can't force him into that, Here is Ronnie. Ronnie, great name.
Hey, yeah. Hey, I usually disagree with Fez 90% of the time about him projecting his own insecurities and stuff, but I can't imagine being a parent and hearing your child traumatized on your ride with you and not try and talk them down a little bit. That woman was getting off on the trauma of the child.
I'll disagree with that, but watching it, I don't think she focused on the kid at all.
No.
I think she was just about herself.
Yeah, she barely even looks at him. I mean, when she does look over and put her arm on his arm, at that point the ride is calming down already, and you can hear it in his voice. He's already started to calm down.
But she did get on a ride with a fat kid. I mean, you got to give her credit for that.
Ron Bennington, Fez Whatley, Ron and Fez.